Okay. Basketball fans, what is up? And welcome to another episode of the All Basketball Podcast. And I'm your host, Maurice Dixon, coming to you on Wednesday, November 13th. Obviously, it's basketball season, and got another basketball preview coming for you with the Westminster girls coach, Coach Alex Richey, joining me. Joined me before. It's been a while, but he's joining me now. Instead of being a college coach, he's a high school coach. Coach Richie, how you doing today?
Great. Maurice, thanks so much for having me.
No problem, man. Good to hear. I guess right off the bat, what had such a dominant run at Oglethorpe, winning his all-time coach there. I mean, you were conference coach of the year. I mean, a lot of accolades. One majority of your games, 60% of your games specifically. Two-time, I should say, SAA Coach of the Year. But you decided to, I don't want to say come down, but transition to the high school level. What led to that?
You know, big believer in fate and timing is everything. And to have an opportunity to be a part of this incredible community at Westminster was just something too good to pass up. I'm getting to do some really incredible and exciting things in my day-to-day responsibilities from an administrative standpoint, which has been really exciting. And feeling myself continue to grow and get better as a young professional has been terrific. Obviously, really challenging when you leave a place that you love so much as I loved Oglethorpe, and I still got so much love for my athletes that are there and being successful and doing a great job to start their season. But from a standpoint to build a program like here at Westminster, like we have the ability to do, I'm really looking forward to that. And we've got off to a really good start. And there's nothing to be said about taking some opportunities to consider the familial component. And quite frankly, I haven't missed a bedtime yet for my two little ones, and that's been such a blessing as I have a 2 and a 5-year-old at home, and having the opportunity to be a more influential father and husband has been terrific, and something I'm super grateful for that Westminster's allowed me to achieve at this point. Now, the basketball season started, so it's about to get a little bit hectic, as we all know, as both as a father and as a husband. So I know my wife is getting ready to take over as we jump into the season, but I'm just super thankful to be here in this new role and to get to work with some incredible people here at Westminster.
Okay, good to hear. When did you win, or when did you know, or when did you decide to take on a new challenge, and what led
Right,
to that decision?
right. So this opportunity became available, and to my knowledge, came available in pretty late. So it was an April timeframe, and it was a very fast moving situation. Was had some
Mhm.
folks that had reached out and said, "Hey, would you be interested in this opportunity?" And had some really productive conversations and went through the process to be here. And again, it moved really fast. But once I got onto campus here at Westminster and saw the vision of our athletic director and the vision of the school itself, I knew this was the community that I wanted to be a part of. And I'm just super blessed to be here. Again, it was a whenever you leave your alma mater and whenever you leave a place where you've had a significant amount of success, it can be really challenging. But I've been really welcomed with open arms by the community here, and I'm very excited to work with a great group of young ladies that want to continue to get better each and every day and are willing to work hard and sacrifice for one another. So we're excited about our season getting started, and have made some good inroads to start with our early part of our practices and workouts. But I can't wait for us to tip off here in the next almost 36 hours, a little less than 36 hours. So,
Okay. Specifically, tell me about the team you inherited. I see they went 21-10 last season.
right.
Um, a good season. Made it to the playoffs. Yeah, just tell us about the players you have.
So there's some good historical context with the program. Courtney Ogden, graduated 2 years ago, was a McDonald's All-American, and she'll have a great season at Stanford this year in her sophomore year. Stella Chartrand is on the roster and hopefully contributing soon at West Point. So there have been some really nice talent within the program. This year we have 5 returning athletes in the program, all with some significant experience. Julia Stallworth is a junior that has been a key contributor since she was a freshman. Sophia Israel and Ashley Adams are 2 extremely blue-collar, hardworking players that should play a big role for us this year. And both Leighton Harris and Addie Zhang are 2 perimeter players. Addie's a point guard and Leighton's a shooter that have really stepped up and as leaders early on for us that I'm really excited to work with. After that group of 5 sophomores, we have a significant amount of first-time varsity athletes, a lot of freshmen that will need to be thrown into the fire early a little bit and look to contribute right away for our program. So we've got 1 senior on the roster, Kate Carroll, who hasn't been in the program for a number of years, but we've brought her back and welcomed her back with open arms, and she's doing a really good job as being a senior leader and example for our young ones as they continue to learn and grow. But I'm really excited to work with this group. We're getting better each and every day, and I try to explain to them where we are on, November 13th, like we are this week, is nowhere near where we'll be in January. And we're just trying to take it one day at a time and seeing incremental growth, and that's really exciting to witness.
Okay, good stuff. So you get any, I guess, coming when you're kind of on the next level and you're coming down, some people don't, how do you deal with getting transfers, or did that happen, or is that not the case this year? Or?
So, to be honest with you, like, I firmly believe in building and cultivating the program from within. We have an incredible middle school program here. We've got 29 kids competing in the 7th and the 8th grade that are doing really well, and we're going to continue to focus on those kids and help them grow and create an environment that people want to be a part of, and that's a daily commitment from all of us that are within the program. This is a little bit of a new world for me in understanding how that potential transfer process works, but my focus is really just relied upon the kids that we have in the Westminster community, and knowing and understanding that we can build a successful product here with the kids that we have, and I do believe that if we create an environment that people want to be a part of, and understanding what our culture is going to look like, there's going to be more and more people that want to be a part of that. So that's definitely a learning model for me. But I do believe that in a short period of time, people will see what we're doing here, and they'll be excited to potentially be a part of that. And that's all we can ask for.
Oh, okay. Definitely. Looking a little at the schedule, like you said, tomorrow you kick off your season, correct?
Yeah, we've got Mount Pisgah at home, and they've had significant success. Coach Aaron Hall does a terrific job at Mount Pisgah, so they'll be here on Thursday, and then we have Riverwood come in with a new coach as well, Coach Mitchell from Riverwood. They'll come on Saturday. So some quick turnaround games, but we're really looking forward to getting off to competing against other opponents other than ourselves, like we've had to do in practice these first 3 weeks of the year.
Okay. How was there any kind of adjustment being a college coach 10 years and then coming back to the high school level where you used to recruit from, now you're coming to coach? Is there anything differently you had to kind of take on, or was there a different approach you think you have to have?
Yeah, so I have a really strong staff that has some significant experience coaching at the high school level. And what I'm trying to do is understanding that our athletes are really, really smart, but I've just got to take my time in order to educate them on my philosophy and system. And so making sure that I take the time to teach a concept and educate our athletes on what I'm expecting before I move on to the next thing is a huge point of emphasis. And then just taking the feedback from our collective coaching staff, so that there's a comfort level for them to know and understand where they believe we are and where we can go, and just making sure that we take our time to build the foundational pieces to do that. When you've been in a program as long as I had been, there's a significant amount of institutional knowledge that's already in place, like I had at Oglethorpe. And so really picking the brains of my colleagues and so many others that have been here a long period of time is something that I'm really trying to dive into, from both like a scheduling perspective and doing all those type of things. So I'm definitely learning and growing in each of those areas. And I would tell you that, there seems to be something every day that I am learning, which is phenomenal. And just doing my best to be a key contributor to this athletic department is something I strive to do each and every day. And I feel like that I'm certainly earning my stripes right away with doing that.
Okay, good. So, because this is your first time being a high school coach, correct?
Yes, sir. So,
Wow.
um, and definitely at a place that wants to see success and believes that it can be successful in everything, and that's something that's extremely motivating to be a part of, when you're in a situation with people that expect excellence, and then but are also willing to support the internal employees like myself that to help them achieve that high level of success, and who wouldn't want to be a part of that.
Definitely. Um, do you think there's I guess a difference, different way you have to approach? Say if you have a 15-year-old on your team, and obviously in college,
Right.
the youngest is 17, 18. Is how are you navigating that?
So there's definitely some adjustment in that. But like we have incredible resources here. So for example, we're probably one of the only schools in the state that has a dedicated sports performance psychologist. So like my athletes are meeting with their sports psychologist once a week, and I'm talking with them nearly every day. And so that's allowing me to know and understand how to best reach our athletes, but also it's giving them another voice that's helping them mentally prepare to be the best that they can be as athletes too. And what a huge blessing to have those opportunities for our kids to not only grow physically with coaching from our program and coaching staff, but also to help them mentally perform at their peak, and manage all the things that come with being a young student athlete at this point in age. And so, Coach Jeremiah Neal, who was a part of my interview process, has been a huge help for me early on, and a great resource for our program, and a great resource for me as well. And I can tell you that after we get off this call, I'm probably going to be talking with them too as we prepare, our day today, and obviously look forward to preparing to compete tomorrow. So.
Okay. Um, Going back to the schedule a little bit, is I see you have a good amount of kind of tournament showcase type games you're competing
Mhm.
in. Um, what what kind of inspired that? Is that kind of how the program's been going, or something you wanted to do, or?
Right. So, uniquely enough, we're in a five-team region this year, which is new, and we'll have, you know, Kel will be really, really strong, and Centennial's got a new coach, and it'll be funny because that's where I went to high school, so we'll get to compete against my alma mater within the region. And Blessed Trinity has a lot of continuity in their coaching staff, and Cambridge should be pretty solid too. So you have a lot of teams that are known to really put their best foot forward and compete. And so outside of that region, we had to do a lot of scheduling. And so when I got the job, I had to find 15 games. And so part of that is just to figure out who's available and when's available, and when do dates work. And so I've got a good friend who, when I was in the interview process, I talked with significantly to talk about what this opportunity looked like. And that's the head coach at St. Pius. His name's Kyle Snipes.
Mhm.
And Coach Snipes hosts an annual Christmas tournament every year. at St. Pius, which they do a tremendous job. And so when I took the job, one of my first phone calls was to call them and say, "Hey, do you have any space left in your tournament? I'm trying to find some games, and we'd love to do them in Atlanta." So Coach Snipes slid us in, and super thankful for him to help us find 3 games, and that should be a really good event for our group, with similar like-minded schools that value academics and also are very, very competitive. So looking forward to those 3 games, and then we've got some a different. We're playing a lot of different schools. Some with historically really strong programs, some with new coaches, some with programs that have been on the cusp of being really good. So we hope that just those games put us in a position to be as competitive as possible when we get to region play in January.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely know Coach Snipes. It's been a while since I've seen him, but I was when he had Asia Dura, I was
Yeah,
covering them heavily, and she was
she was she was
she was
she was the real deal. So I do
doing
remember watching
something
her, and
something.
he's just done a great job there, and is a great person.
Yeah. And you said you went to Centennial?
Yep. So
Hey.
Centennial High School grad. Um, Graduated 2007, so I've been in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, my entire life, and so getting to compete against my alma mater should be pretty funny, and looking forward to that. And they have a new coach as well, and she's doing a tremendous job building their program. And uniquely enough, the boys coach at Centennial was a former high school teammate of mine and has been a close friend for.
Barksdale?
Yeah, Barksdale and I
Yeah,
were
Matt
high school
Barksdale, yeah.
teammates. So
Oh wow.
so
Yeah.
we've been laughing a lot about the Westminster Centennial basketball game that's to come in January. So
Okay, yeah, good stuff. I follow him on X/Twitter, and I saw they have a new court. And that floor looks nice.
they put some art in there. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
And he's done a terrific job at Centennial. I'm really proud of him, and great guy, great young family, and terrific parents. I've known them since I was in the 2nd grade. So Matt's a terrific guy, terrific coach, and
Hmm.
super proud of all that he's accomplished. I can root for them a lot. I just won't be able to root for them when they play Coach Hicksonbaugh here at Westminster, because Matt Hicksonbaugh, our boys coach, they've started off their season 2-0, and he's just a terrific basketball mind, and he's terrific with his team. And I really am enjoying watching this group, but also learning and growing with him. And he's just been a huge blessing for me in this transition of being a resource and helping every step along the way. So I'm again super blessed to work alongside a boys coach that supports girls athletics and is supportive of our program, and it is again just a huge resource for me. And as I made this transition, and I know he'll continue to be as I move forward.
Okay. Okay. Looking back at the caution, I'm not trying to put such a negative light on it, but just I guess maybe a funny question or something. Is there anything that you had to do as a college coach that you won't have to do now that you won't miss?
Um, I'm not missing the recruiting phone calls during dinner time every night. Or I'm not missing that one bit. And I was coaching at a school with significant travel components. Those 8 to 9 hour bus rides to Conway, Arkansas, with 50 people on a charter bus. I don't think I'm going to miss those, and I don't think I don't think my lower back is going to miss laying down on those bus seats much anymore. So I'm excited about having the opportunity to not have to worry about those those long trips, and they were great. Again, we had a lot of success, and I got to coach some incredible young women that are, not only still playing and going to be extremely successful this year and beyond, but our alumni base that are doing such great things out in the world now. I couldn't be more proud of that. I still get to stay in touch with, because those relationships are bigger than basketball, and that's
Mhm.
always the relationships I felt like I've been able to build with my athletes, is understanding that I'm going to coach them hard, but I'm going to love and care about them, and that's what I'm going to bring here to Westminster. And I think our athletes are going to hopefully really that's going to really resonate with them both now and in the future as we have kids come into the program. So again, I'm not missing those long bus rides. I'm not missing those recruiting phone calls right now. Having the opportunity to tuck in Miles and Brooks, my two boys, and actually be able to be home for dinner on occasion has been a huge blessing and something that this place has allowed me to afford. And again, I pinch myself every day knowing the opportunity that I have here, and I'm really looking forward to what comes next.
Okay. More of a broad question now. I've noticed that name, image, and likeness is in high school. I wanted to get your thoughts on nothing wrong with people getting paid,
Right.
but sometimes when it comes to money, things can get funny. But just what are your thoughts on NIL in high school, at certain high schools, but in Georgia?
So you talked about things I don't miss. I don't miss the transfer portal, and I don't miss the consistent NIL conversations of the small college world, because everything is definitely trickling down from the big levels, right, at the Division 1 level, and it is all trickling down, and now it's trickling into high school. And again, I'm a firm believer that each of these athletes is their own brand. But making sure that you are not getting away from the team concept is the challenge that all of us have as coaches and as programs. And so supporting the athletes in order to achieve what they want to achieve with their brand, but also making sure that it falls in line with the program's culture and their team, I think is what's to come in the future. And it's already started. And so we're all in the same boat of helping these kids understand that you can have individual success, and you can have individual success with your brand, but it's only going to grow more and more if you have team success, right? Like the accolades come for an athlete when you're a part of a good team and good program, much more so than if you're not a part of a good team or program. So just working with athletes to know and understand that, I make the phrase, when one of us eats, we all eat. So we just got to have that mentality within any athletic program at this point, and that's something that we're looking forward to building here.
Okay, okay. Uh, Last question. Tomorrow you're going to be going out onto the floor as a high school coach.
Right.
How do you think that experience would be for you?
Probably a lot more comfortable. I got my new J's that I need to lace up, and I'm gonna go to the polo and slacks look. I'm off of the suit game, and that may not be popular with some people, but my dry cleaning bill was racking up at the college level, and I'm gonna avoid that dry cleaning bill as I'm still paying for daycare for two kids. So bear with me. I'm gonna we signed an exclusive Nike contract here at Westminster
Oh,
that I have
okay.
the fortunate opportunity to help organize within our athletic department. So I've got some really cool Nike gear that I'll be rocking on the sidelines this season and beyond. So I'm going to be definitely a lot more comfortable on the sidelines. I will assure you that. But I'm just really looking forward to seeing our young group compete and leave it all on the floor. That's the tradition here at Westminster, of having teams that go out on the floor and they play their hearts and tails out, and that's what we're going to do. And you know you can control a lot of things. You can not control a lot of things, and what we're trying to focus on is the things that we can control, which is how hard we play and our attitude. And I believe that we're making some really good headway with that as we get started, and I'm looking forward to seeing our young ladies leave it all on the floor for the green and white that they get to represent every day, and getting to represent themselves, their families, and this incredible community is an honor and a privilege. And I'm excited to see them get out on the floor and leave it all out there for each other. And I'm looking forward to helping them achieve their goals and aspirations this year and beyond.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, coach. And good luck, good health for all your players. And hopefully you have a first successful season at the high school level. And just thanks so much for joining me on this platform.
Maurice, thanks so much for all you're doing for high school basketball in Georgia. And you do such a terrific job. And again, just so thankful that we've built the relationship that we have. And if there's anything I can do for you, you obviously know I'm an easy buzz. And, really excited to see what Westminster girls basketball and Westminster basketball in general does in the future. And we've got some really bright things coming, and looking forward to, getting started and seeing where it can go, because we firmly believe that it's only going to continue to go up with a lot of love, a lot of care, and the right people here, and we're excited for that.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Coach, and I appreciate everything.
Thanks, Maurice.
All right. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. And well, Coach. Oh, well, folks, that was Coach Richey from Westminster of the Westminster Lady Wildcats 2024-25 season right around the corner. So definitely check them out. Check them out. Like you heard, Coach Richey did an amazing job at the college level, and I'm pretty sure he's going to do an amazing job at the high school level. Remember, subscribe to the All Basketball Podcast wherever you get podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, Apple. It's all on there. And it's also on YouTube. Just a simple search with the All Basketball Podcast in that search box. Once again, I'm your host, Maurice Dixon. And until next time, peace and be blessed in Jesus' name.